Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Learn Math. Today we are going to solve a problem where a man purchased a number of shares of stock for an amount of Rs 6,000. If he had paid 20 less per share, the number of shares that could have been purchased for the same amount of money would have increased by 10. So we have to find how many shares did the person buy. So for solution, we will suppose the number of shares is represented by X and the price per share be Y. Then from the given condition that the number of shares that he purchased is 6,000, so we can write that. And now the total amount of this share will be equal to the unit price of the share multiplied with the number of shares. So we can write that total price of shares will equal to unit price into number of shares. Now unit price is Y and number of shares is X. So the total price of the shares will be XY. Then according to given condition that total price is according to given statement, the price is XY is equal to 6,000. Let's say this is equation number 1. Now, if he has paid 20 less per share, new price will be Y is the old price minus he's paying 20 less. So new price is Y minus 20. The old number of shares is X. Then he says that for the same amount of money, which is this 6,000, he will get 10 more shares. So new number of shares are will be X is the old plus he will get 10 more. Now as the paid amount will be same and similar to this previous logic of the total price of shares is equal to unit price into number of shares. Similarly, we can write the same, that total price, which will be this 6,000, but the number of shares and the price, this is the new number of shares multiplied is new price of share multiplied with number of shares. The new number of shares is X plus 10. That will equal to 6,000. You can say that the price is changed, that will change the number of shares, but the product of both according to the statement is the same 6,000. So now this is our equation number 2. So now we have two equations. One equation is xy is equal to 6000. Another equation is y minus 20 into x plus 10 is equal to 6000. These are two equations and two variables, so we can solve these equations. So for a solution, we will find the value of one variable in terms of the other from equation number 1. So let me jump to the next page. One equation is xy is equal to 6000. This is our equation number 1. And the second equation is y minus 20 into x plus 10 is equal to 6000. This is equation number 2. Now we will find the value of one variable in terms of the other from equation number 1 and will insert it in equation number 2. As we are going to find the number of shares is our end result, so we will try to find the value of y, which is the price per share, and insert it into the second equation so that x, which is price of the which is number of the shares, which is still in the equation, so we will have to solve it for once. If we are going to let y in the result, then we will have to find the number of price per share, and from that we will have to calculate x. So from equation number 1, I will find the value of y in terms of x, which is 6000 divided by x. Simply, the x is in multiplication on the left hand side, and on the right hand side it will be in division. So now we will insert this value of y in equation number 2. So equation number 2 implies that we will insert 6000 divided by x for y, then we have minus 20, that is in multiplication with x plus 10, which is equal to 6000. Now take x is LCM. So we have 6000 minus that will be 20x. We have x plus 10 is equal to 6000. Now we will take this x from the left hand side to the right hand side. So we have 6000 minus 20x multiplied with x plus 10 is equal to 6000 x. Now multiply the terms on the left hand side. So 6000 multiplied with x is 6000 x, and minus 20 multiplied or 20x multiplied, or let's say 6000 multiplied with 10 is 60,000. Now minus 20x multiplied with x is minus 20x square, and minus 20x multiplied with 10 is minus 200x is equal to 6000 x. Now these two are same numbers, so you can cross it, or you can take this 6000 x to the right hand side. On the left hand side it is plus, on the right hand side it will minus, and it will get cancelled, or we can directly cancel these two out. Now rewrite the equation in the standard order, which is minus 20x minus 200x and plus 60,000 is equal to 0. We will divide both sides by minus 20. So we can get the coefficient of x is 1, and we will also eliminate the negative sign. So divide both sides by minus 20. So we can write minus 20 square divided by minus 20 minus 200 x divided by minus 20 plus 60,000 divided by minus 20 is equal to 0. Now this minus 20 cancel with this minus 20. Minus cancels out with minus. 0 and 2 cancels out with 2. So we are left with 10. Similarly, 0 cancels out with 0. And we are left with 6 divided by 2 is 3. And the 3 zeros. So we have x squared. And this will be plus 10x. And then we have this minus and plus will give us minus 3000 is equal to 0. Now this is a standard quadratic equation, so we can solve it by any of the method of factorization, or you can use the quadratic formula for its solution. So I will use the factorization method to solve this equation, in which with a 10 will be written as sum of two numbers whose multiplication is equal to the product of coefficient of x square and the constant term, which is 1 multiplied minus 3000 is 3000, and whose summation is equal to 10. So those two numbers are 50 and 60. So we will write it x square plus 60x minus 50x minus 3000 is equal to 0. Now the addition of 60x and minus 50x is plus 10x, and the multiplication of 60 and minus 50 is minus 3000. Now x is common in the first two terms, so taking out x common, we are left with x plus 60, and minus 50 is common in the last two terms, so we are left with x plus 60 is equal to 0. Now x plus 60 is common in both the terms, so taking out x plus 60 common, we are left with x minus 50 is equal to 0. Now according to zero product property, we can write that x plus 60 is equal to 0, or x minus 50 is equal to 0. So from here we get the value of x is equal to minus 60, and from here we get the value of x is equal to 50. Now as x represent a physical quantity, which is the number of shares, so it can never be negative, or it is already mentioned that he has purchased, the man has purchased the shares, and the minus means it is a sell that he has sold, so we cannot consider the negative value. The plus sign shows that he has purchased the 50, so the number of shares we will neglect the negative value, because it is purchase and it is a physical quantity. So purchase with a physical quantity can never be negative. The negative value, so the number of shares that he has purchased is 50. Hopefully this is easy to understand. If you find the video helpful, please like and subscribe the channel. Thank you.